Delhi, the capital of India, is a historical place known for the famous monuments like Qutub Minar, Red Fort, Lotus Temple, and several other tourist places. Delhi also stands out with a mighty religious structures as it has multi-religious population. One among them is the Sacred Heart Cathedral Church built in 1930. This is only the second Catholic church built in the state of Delhi after St. Mary's Church, which came to existence in 1865. During British government till 1911, Kolkata was the capital of India. In 1911, the government of British India felt that it would be logistically easier to administer India from Delhi, which is in the center of the northern India, so the capital was shifted to Delhi. As British people residing in and around required a proper place to worship and have their Sunday masses, they were in need of a church. Those were the years of evangelization and pastoral care done by the great Capuchin missionaries. The cathedrals of Agra, Ajmer, Allahabad, Delhi, Lahore, Patna and Shimla are symbols and the monuments of the untiring zeal of the Capuchins for the extension of the faith and the progress of the Catholic Church in India.
Immediately after the establishment of the Capuchin order in 15th century, immediately after that, the Capuchins landed in Nepal. At that time, it was a Hindustan-Tibet mission. And the friars from French province, French Capuchins, actually they came to Tibet. And as they were working, they had to face a lot of hardships. And the lamas were completely in opposition. And these French friars were expelled from this Hindustan-Tibet mission. And then slowly they came to Nepal, and from there they entered into India, and thereafter they started to work, these French Capuchins, and then Italian Capuchins, mainly from Tuscany province. The Capuchins came to North India and they started to work.
On February 11, 1919, Archbishop Evangelista Latino Enrico Vani, OFM Cap of Agra, sent Father Luke Vanucci Ernesto, OFM Cap, to Delhi as parish priest of St. Mary's Church and chaplain to British Armed Forces garrisoned at Delhi. This was the first Catholic church built in Delhi. After getting the blessing of the saintly Padre Pio, he arrived in Delhi in April 1919. During the year of his arrival at St. Mary's Church in Old Delhi, the church was in dilapidated state. So, Father Luke renovated St. Mary's Church. For the convenience and for the nearness of worship place, British Armed Forces requested to build a new church in New Delhi. In 1920, Father Luke purchased the plot of land wherein stands the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart.
I would say the Franciscan Capuchins, fathers who were here in this mission. The whole diocese of Delhi was built by them. It was part of Agra Archdiocese. Later on it became Archdiocese of Delhi.
8 architects were invited to submit plans for the cathedral. The plans submitted by Mr. Henry Med were finally selected. Archbishop Evangelista Latino, OFM Cap of Agra, blessed the land and laid the foundation stone in 1929. Construction works started in 1930, but the subsidy from the Archdiocese of Agra was insufficient. Father Luke was hard-pressed for finance. He approached prominent persons of Delhi as well as benefactors in his native Italy, seeking financial assistance.
This cathedral, as you know, Father must have told you, was built by Father Luke, who was a Capuchin missionary to our diocese. And it is said, our old fathers, they have his fond memories, and they share with us sometimes. He used to stand outside that gate. He used to stand with a hat. You remember those days, those missionaries used to wear hats. So he used to stand with the hat and request people, those who used to come for Mass, to contribute generously for the building of the cathedral. And people used to put something or other in the hat. And with that contribution and many more people contributed generously, they built the church.
Some of the donations were miraculous in nature. Once, as Father Luke was anxious because he did not have funds to pay the contractor's quarterly bill, a donation of 15,000 from a Japanese gentleman who was known to Father Luke 15 years earlier arrived. Sir Anthony de Mello donated the main altar of pure Carrara marble. The cathedral, which bears the symbol of the Franciscans, is carved in limestone, looks intently at the former British Viceregal Palace, renamed as Rashtrapati Bhavan after India became a sovereign democratic republic. From the main altar, the celebrant looks on the Rashtrapati Bhavan as he presides over the worshipping community. Apparently, Father Luke and Mr. Henry met. The architect intended that the apostles' command to Bishop Timothy in chapter 2, verses 1 to 3, that prayers and supplications must rise from the altar for the nation and its rulers. Behind the priest celebrant, facing the worshipping community, is a mural of the Last Supper of the Lord, much like the masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci in Milan, Italy. The Capuchin friars working at that time in Agra Archdiocese were used as models for the apostles and Jesus. They were from left to right. Father Xavier OFM Cap worked in Shimla, chaplain for Sisters of Jesus and Mary in Eagle Mount, Shimla. Father Ulrich OFM Cap was famous as a musician and organist. Father Luke OFM Cap was responsible for the first renovation of St. Mary's Church, Old Delhi, and building of the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, New Delhi. Father Declan OFM Cap, chaplain of Sisters of Jesus and Mary at Eagle Mount. Father Hyacinth OFM Cap served as rector of St. Peter's College, Agra. Father Basil OFM Cap, in the mural, he models for Jesus. Father Daniel OFM Cap served in Agra, Dehradun, and later in Aden. Father Linus OFM Cap worked in St. Agnes School, Dehradun. Father Adiodas OFM Cap was a musician and singer. He served as rector of the Shrine of Lady of Graces, Sardana. An ardent devotee of Mother Mary, he used to painstakingly explain the faith of the Church to the Christian and non-Christian pilgrims and draw attention to the artistic meaning of the marble sculptures in the shrine in Sardana. Father Gabriel OFM Cap was parish priest of St. Mary's Church, Agra. Father Bonaventure OFM Cap was parish priest at Ripon Place, Shimla, and there is also the picture of Father Ignatius OFM Cap. Judas is depicted as a dark hooded shadow. The artistic comment on the Lord's betrayer is chilling. The names of the apostles whom these fathers represented are painted on a lower panel of the mural.
Sacred Cathedral have stood out for many people, a place of peace. Even Hindus, they come with their own intentions to pray in front of Blessed Sacrament, special offering prayers through our Blessed Mother, especially people, those who don't have children and people with a lot of intentions and their own personal needs do come and visit the church, and they do receive graces. A lot of people do get healings, and not only Christians, also Hindus, Muslims. A lot of people, when their children are sick and so on, they offer prayers to Sacred Heart of Jesus, and they too come and witness that, Father, when my child was seriously sick, we offered our intention here, and Sacred Heart of Jesus really healed my son. Today we want to offer Mass for that intention.
The massive church bell was donated by Archbishop of Agra, Evangelist Vani OFM Cap. The crucifix with an enigmatic brass figure of the crucified Lord watches the priest celebrant from the right side of the main altar, reminding him of the sacrificial nature of his ministry and life. The mission cross was blessed by Archbishop Sylvester Patrick Mulligan, OFM Cap, the first Archbishop of Delhi Shimla. The priests of old used their well-trained voices to proclaim the word and celebrate the Eucharist, and no one needed to miss a word, because the dome over the main altar used to enhance their voices. After 5 long years, the cathedral was completed. It was blessed on December 8, 1935 by the papal internuncio, His Excellency, Right Reverend Leo Kirkels. Father Susai Sebastian, during his stewardship, undertook a major renovation of the cathedral in 2004. The renovated cathedral was inaugurated by Archbishop Vincent Conceso on July 18, 2004.
Non-Catholics are coming here क्योंकि उनके अंदर बहुत भावना होती है, तो आपके कैंडल मांगते, कैंडल कहाँ जलानी है, तो हम कहते हैं कि आप कैंडल माता के मरी के पास जलाइए। यहाँ पे अपनी इच्छा, यहाँ पे पिटीशन है हमारे यहाँ पे, जो अपनी प्रार्थना जो उसमें डालते हैं उनकी प्रार्थना पूरी होती है, फिर वो आके गवाही देते हैं चर्च के अंदर कि मेरा बच्चा बीमार था, मेरा डैडी बीमार था।
Holy Father Pope John Paul II paid a visit to the Sacred Heart Cathedral on the occasion of the 25th anniversary of his first visit. A bronze statue was unveiled on the premises of the cathedral facing the tree planted by John Paul II. Apart from spiritual needs and people around, Father Luke, the Italian friar, the builder of the Sacred Heart Cathedral, thought about the people around, both Christians and non-Christians.
तो बेसिकली हम नॉन क्रिश्चियन फैमिली से, हम एक हिंदू फैमिली से बिलोंग करते हैं। तो मैं पहले क्रिश्चियन कॉलेज में पढ़ाती थी, और तब से ही मैंने एक बार मैं ज़िंदगी के, जब मैं 8 साल उस क्रिश्चियन कॉलेज में पढ़ाया, तो मैं एक बार चैपल में गई। तो जब मैं फर्स्ट टाइम चैपल में गई तो मेरे मन को इतनी ज़्यादा शांति मिली, इतनी ज़्यादा, तो वो मैं रेगुलर, मतलब जितनी देर उस कॉलेज में रही मैं उस चैपल में जाती रही। दिल्ली में आई हूँ, लेकिन तब भी मैं रेगुलर, मतलब यहाँ इस चर्च में ऑलमोस्ट आ ही जाती हूँ कि मेरा विश्वास, मेरा फेथ इतना ज़्यादा है कि मैं कुछ भी अपने मन के अंदर, मेरी जो भी मनोकामना होती है, कुछ भी होती है, तो मैं सिर्फ यहाँ आके प्रभु को बोलती हूँ, तो मेरी वो पूरी हो जाती है।
Father Luke, for better education, helped the religious of Jesus and Mary to establish their school on the land of Cathedral in 1921. He served the people in and around place, keeping in touch with them and fulfilling their basic needs. The people around called him Papa.
I work with the CBCI Council for Women, and my office is right next to the cathedral. One of the reasons why I took up this job was because it was so close to the church, so I could attend daily mass and spend time with Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. Every day it's such a blessing because I get to attend mass here at 1 p.m. and it's such a joy to just meet Jesus face to face in the Blessed Sacrament and to receive Him in the Eucharist.
Today, thousands of devotees come to the historical worship place without distinction of religion and offer prayers to the Lord, find peace, and return home happily.